Russian President Vladimir Putin and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi discussed the situation in Ukraine and an armed mutiny in a phone call. The conversation took place during a meeting between Putin and Modi on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) summit in Samarkand, Uzbekistan. The Kremlin and New Delhi confirmed the discussion between Putin and Modi regarding Ukraine and the resolved armed mutiny. The Russian government stated that Modi expressed support for the decisive actions taken by the Russian leadership in handling the mutiny by the Wagner mercenary group. Modi will be joining Putin for a virtual summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, where recent developments in Russia were also discussed during their call. The recent state visit to Washington by Modi resulted in the United States and India declaring themselves among the closest partners in the world. India, despite its historical alliance with Russia, has not condemned Russia over the invasion of Ukraine and instead encouraged diplomatic solutions. In a statement, New Delhi reiterated Modi's call for dialogue and diplomacy while discussing the situation in Ukraine with Putin. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the leader of the Wagner mercenary group, initially led an armed revolt but abruptly called it off as his fighters approached Moscow. Ajit Doval, India's national security advisor, had a discussion with his Russian counterpart, Nikolai Patrushev, about the failed mutiny. India's defense needs still rely on Moscow, and as a result, they have increased their imports of affordable Russian oil, causing frustration among Western nations. The phone call between Putin and Modi showcased their ongoing diplomatic engagement amidst the Ukraine crisis and the armed mutiny. The SCO summit in Samarkand provided a platform for Putin and Modi to discuss crucial regional and global issues. Modi's visit to Washington and the subsequent phone call with Putin demonstrate India's balanced approach in maintaining relationships with both the United States and Russia. India's emphasis on dialogue and diplomacy aligns with their long-standing commitment to peaceful conflict resolution. The sudden turnaround in the armed mutiny led by the Wagner mercenary group highlights the complex dynamics and unpredictability of the situation. The communication between Ajit Doval and Nikolai Patrushev reflects the cooperation between India and Russia in addressing security concerns and maintaining stability. India's dependence on Russian defense supplies and increased oil imports underscores the practical considerations that influence their foreign policy choices. Remember to subscribe.